Very good morning, students. Uh, Today we are going to discuss about the government schemes and incentives for promotion of entrepreneurship and government policies on small and medium enterprises. Actually, this is the course extension 355, entrepreneurship development and business communication. Since initial, I'm telling you there are the two segments are there. First one is regarding the entrepreneurship development, and second one is about the skill part, that is the business communication. So some theoretical concepts about the entrepreneurship which is useful for the examination purpose, that is okay, but if you want to become entrepreneur, then what things you should know. Actually, what is actually the after all purpose of any degree program is to uh, help the person to stand in front of nation, in front of the audience, we can say, or to establish yourself clearly. Getting? So in that case, which things will be helpful for you people, this chapter is one of them. Okay, government schemes and incentives. Actually, well, lacuna is there in this presentation. I'm not able to include the phrase scheme because it is out of your syllabus. Actually, this is a major thing happened with me, that what I wanted to share with you, I'm not able to share because of your structured forms. If I tell you something extra, then that will be burden for you, and which will be out of examination pattern. Okay, so I have sticked up whatever the schemes have elaborated in your notes or in your syllabus. That's only I'm covering. Okay, so I'm just have gone through such things. Nowadays, Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Government have started many schemes, and one of or the most effective one can say that the Make in India. Actually, we are moving towards the self-reliant India. Okay, so you can see the logo of the Make in India. Then Startup India is there, that the for the potential entrepreneur. Then the Mudra scheme regarding the providing the credit to the potential entrepreneur, that is one of the scheme is there. Then you can see which are the ministries are involved in starting the or the in providing in helping the entrepreneurship, that are the Ministry of Skill Development, then Ministry of Labor and Employment, then Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, then Skill India is there, Ministry of Rural India is there, then the Antyodaya Yojana is there. Actually, different ministries are there that are working under the single window, single roof, and are producing. Even Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is one of them. If you think about the schemes and incentives of the government for the entrepreneurship, actually this is world over. I have told you many times that the number of entrepreneurs are there. Definitely, the growth of this nation will be faster one. Okay, you should not be a laborer. You should not be a laborer. You should be a laborer. Getting that, you should not be a worker. You should the person who should or who offer the work to others. It's big thing that if you are the boss of 10 or 20 people, it's a single direction. But if you see at this point with the different direction, then you can realize that you are the person who is, what you can say, that the feeding these 20 families. So it's a big work actually. So world over that micro and small enterprises are recognized as an important constituent of the national economies. It builds the economy. Then it contributes significantly to employment expansion and poverty alleviation. Then, by recognizing such importance, many governments, state, central, whoever, has been implementing the several schemes and programs for the entrepreneurship development. So these are the some schemes. First one is a Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. Then second one is a Market Development Assistance Scheme for the small manufacturing enterprises or the export for the exporters. Then assistance to the training institutions. Then Udyami Mitra Yojana. Then micro and small enterprises or the cluster development program. Then credit guarantee fund scheme for the small and micro enterprises. Then national awards and independent section is there for the women entrepreneurs. Okay, so very first, the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. Actually, this scheme is the combination of two schemes, that the Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana and the Rural Employment Generation Program. So it becomes a PMEGP. Okay, and the major preliminary objective was there to generate the employment opportunities. How to establish the micro enterprises in rural and urban areas too. So that scheme was working under the KVIC, that was the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which works under the Ministry of Micro and Small Enterprises. Okay, that under the one ministry that KVIC is going to take place. Then government subsidy under the scheme will be disbursed to the that KVIC as become the administrative controller. And bank sector was there through the identify banks, that some subsidy was disbursed for the eventual distribution of the beneficiaries or entrepreneurs. Then objective, as I told you, to generate the employment opportunities in the rural and urban areas. Then to bring together widely dispersed traditional artisans, rural and urban unemployed youth, and give them a self-employment opportunities. Okay, you see, whatever the dream was of a father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, self-reliant villages. Okay, now, but before such concept, such things were existed in the ancient or the in medieval India. You see, 12 balutedar and 18 alutedar system. I'm talking about the particularly about the Maharashtra. 12 balutedar and 18 alutedar. Balutedar, those who are having some things. कळलं ना, म्हणजे ज्यांचा काही ना काही व्यवसाय असायचा. सो दीज वर द ट्रॅडिशनल आर्टिजन्स. ओके ना, मग सुतार असेल, चांभार असेल, कुंभार असेल, लोहार असेल, जो असेल तो. Then to provide the continuous and sustainable employment to large segment of traditional and prospective artisans and rural and urban unemployed youth. So it will tackle the migration of rural youth to the urban areas. Then to increase the wage earning capacity of artisans and contribute to increase the growth rate of the employment. Getting. Then eligibility condition of the beneficiaries. Any individual who is above the 18 years of age. Then income ceiling was not there for the assistance of this project. Then for setting up the project cost, about 10 lakh in the manufacturing sector and 5 lakhs were there for the business or the service sector. And educational qualification criteria was about the 8th standard pass. Then whatever the project have sanctioned under the PMEGP, that projects only assisted under this program, as well SHGs, self-help groups, are also or they were also eligible for the such assistance under the PMEGP. Then institutions which are comes under the Societies Act, that were the again the beneficiaries. Then existing units are there, but which have already get the subsidy. These institutions were not eligible under the PMEGP program. That means whatever, either that PMRY or the REGP, who were the beneficiaries under these two schemes were not allowed to be eligible. Then second scheme is the market development assistance scheme. Market development. Okay, so such scheme offers funding for the manufacturing small and micro enterprises who are working in the international trade fairs, exhibitions, or who is representing the Indian stall. Then sector specific market studies by industry association. Actually, for that sake, such specific market studies were conducted. Then initiating or contesting the anti-dumping cases. Getting what is the reason of market development scheme? That they to increase the stalls, to increase the market study, or the by studying this market, so we can have the opportunity to export the scheme. Then to contest anti-dumping cases. Okay, and for that sake, reimbursement of the 75% of the one-time registration fee and 75%. Actually, it is all about the export thing. Actually, GS1. It's one of the barcoding system. Okay, so I think it had the 20,000 rupees per registration, and one-time registration fee was there. I think GS1 certificate. So this scheme is all about to help these small and micro entrepreneurs or enterprises to export their product. Getting? So to encourage objectives, to encourage the small and micro exporters at tapping and developing the overseas market, whatever the market is there at overseas market. So to tap this market, to increase the participation of representatives, then to enhance the export, and to popularize the adoption of barcoding on a large scale. So I was telling about the GS1, no? So that is all about the barcoding. Then regarding the training institution, assistance to training institution. If I'm expecting that the entrepreneur should come out, then that potential entrepreneur, the entrepreneur should have some skill. He should have some skill. And for providing the skill, I must train that potential entrepreneur. And for that sake, it is necessary to develop these such training institutions. As I told you, SBI 1978, State Bank of India, first time they established or they started the entrepreneurship development program. Okay, as well the EDII is there, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. Okay, now which is located at Ahmedabad. So such institutions. So scheme for assistance to such training institution is one of the funding or the financial assistance is given by the Ministry of MSME or the Government of India. If we're talking about the more broad sense. Okay, so what is objective? Development of the indigenous entrepreneurship for developing the micro and small enterprises. Actually, as I told you many times, that these small and micro enterprises are the wheels or the running walking wheels are there of any growth of the nation. Getting? So how the assistance was provided in the form of capital grant for creation or the strengthening of the infrastructure. Then Udyami Mitra Yojana, which is a scheme for promotion and handholding of the micro and small enterprises. Udyami Mitra. Okay, Udyami Mitras are the potential entrepreneur. So what is the actual observation that new entrepreneurs generally face difficulties in all phases. आपण म्हणतो ना की घर पाहावं बांधून आणि लग्न पाहावं करून, बरोबर ना? म्हणजे गोष्ट काय असते की सुरुवात म्हणजे इट इज व्हेरी natural thing to start anything, but it's very hard. If we move further, then the difficulties start to come. Okay, na? So such things happens with the entrepreneurs also. So he get the difficulties availing in availing the funds, then complying the formalities, legal requirement. Okay, then appropriate technology, selection of technology, tie up with buyers, sellers, marketing, many problems he start to face. Getting so to find or to bridge such gap between the aspiration or the aspirational or the aspirant potential entrepreneurs and realities. So it was need to support and nurture the potential entrepreneurs. In that cases, that Udyami Mitras are helpful. Getting so its objective is to provide the support and assistance to the potential first generation entrepreneurs who have successfully completed program or training program. So through the selected lead agencies, Udyami Mitras in the establishment and management of the new enterprises in dealing with the various procedural and legal hurdles and in completion of the various formalities required for setting up and running of the enterprise. Lead agencies, these are called as Udyami Mitras, and under or the with the help of these people, these institutions, such whatever the hurdles or the potential hurdles were there, mm, it was attempt to reduce or attempt to abolish such formalities or the such problem. That is the objective is. Getting then a credit link capital subsidy scheme. For what? For the technology upgradation. Actually, technology is such a dynamic and it's changing day by day. So for the first generation or the potential entrepreneur, it is not much easy to become aware about the such upgraded technologies. Second thing, regarding the capital, it does not have that much capital to buy such machines or the such infrastructures. So this was the attempt to provide the credit link capital subsidy for a technology upgradation. So it was launched on the 2000 October 2000 and revised from the 2005. Okay, so 15% capital subsidy on the finance availed by the was or the 50% 15% capital subsidy was arranged. Getting so maximum limit of the eligible loan is increased from 40 to 100 lakh. Then under the 5-year plans, around 300 crore were dispersed under such scheme. Then micro and small enterprises, their cluster development program. If you know, food parks, actually, uh, in Satara district, I think Degavi is there. Then in Jalna, yes, in Jalna is there. Then in Aurangabad is there. So such clusters have to, as like the Pune, it's called as IT hub. No, so you will see that Hinjewadi Park. So that is the cluster of IT companies. Okay, so under such under the Ministry of Micro and Small Enterprises, cluster development program was started. So for that sake, need assessment, then technology upgradation, quality upgradation and certification, credit facilitation, marketing support, getting with in the light of the global market and collective capacity building of the cluster, that all objectives were there under the cluster development program. And for that sake, common facility centers were organized for the procurement and marketing of the product. Recently, support for the infrastructural upgradation for resurgence of the clusters have also been included. That means the again. Then objectives, his strategy for productivity and competitiveness of the small enterprises to enhance the productivity. Then to facilitate the economies of scale for integrated and focused development of the MSC, ME. Then intervention for the large number of units with higher gains at lower cost. That is one of the objective. Then credit guarantee fund scheme for the micro and small enterprises. Credit guarantee. So scheme was launched by the government of India to make available collateral free credit to the micro and small enterprise sector. Both the existing and new enterprises are eligible to be covered. So SIDBI, MSME and trust named the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for the micro and small enterprises. So merger, not a merger actually you can say, but in the auspicious hands, such program was started. Then COPS of the that fund, COP fund, is contributed by the government, SIDBI, as 4 as to 1, and then contribute around 1700 crore rupees. Okay, it is about the, some statistics. The national award scheme is there for the uh, quality, or the MSMEs have registered tremendous growth as also progress in terms of quality, exports, innovation, product development, import substitution. Okay, and it is beyond the expected objectives. So such success have been achieved by the MSMEs. So entrepreneurial efforts have made it possible to produce a number of items which hitherto were imported. In quite a few cases, new variants so produce are having the additional attributes than their original version and are capable of solving a multitude of user problems. Actually, this is a success. So under the National Award Scheme, what is objective? To recognize the effort and contribution of the MSMEs or the entrepreneurs through the or through providing the award annually to the selected entrepreneurs and enterprises under the scheme of National Award. Then for the women entrepreneurs, different bank had started the different schemes. So one of the IDBI Bank started the Mahila Udyami Yojana, which under which schemes the special fund was provided rupees 5 crores to provide the seed capital assistance to the women entrepreneurs. Okay. Then SBI, State Bank of India, Stree Shakti package. Under this EDPS are exclusively designed and conducted for a women entrepreneurs. So 25,000 rupees was provided without collateral security under the Stree Shakti package. Then a Priyadarshini Yojana, which is started by the Bank of India. Financial assistance is provided to women entrepreneurs who take up the small business or the retail traders. So maximum loan was disbursed under the this scheme is around 2 lakh rupees for long term and 1 lakh for the as a working capital. Okay, and repayment was about the 3 to 5 years. Then other schemes, actually these are the exclusive for the women, but general schemes, it might be a PMRY or the self-employment program for the urban poor, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swaraj Yojana, integrated rural development program, or the RMK, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, also helps the women entrepreneurs. Okay. Then in inclusion of all these incentives or these schemes, two types of subsidies, special subsidies are announced by the government. Investment subsidy, okay, to establish the more enterprises. It includes the capital investment subsidy, transport subsidy, power generator subsidy, social subsidy to women entrepreneurs. Okay, and other subsidies in export import, tax, excise exemption, capital subsidy for the technology upgradation. These are the two schemes, additional schemes actually started by the government of India. Actually, these are the incentives, not a schemes. Then government policies, how the government policies had changed since the independence. So IPR 1948 policy review, how. So since the post independence, national reconstruction was started, as our first prime minister have told us that the construction of a dam or the construction of the infrastructure is more important than the construction of temples. You should not visit the temple, you should visit the such projects because they are going to flourish. Okay. So national reconstruction was started through the industrialization. So important by looking at the importance of the cottage and small enterprises, employment creation is its potential for the employment creation and utilization of the local resources, the thrust was given on the small cell sector during the first policy. Then by the 10 years, 1956, the another policy was started. So clear emphatic policy and incentive support to the small scale and cottage industries. It aimed the protection plus development of the small industrial sector. Then in the 1977, another policy was started. So under this, establishment of the DIC, District Industrial Center, Jilla Udyog Kendra. For what? For the regional growth of the industries and utilization of the local resources and skill. So for that sake, IDBI and Khadi village industries are established, and small scale sector was given the priority under the DICs. Okay, so protection, development plus promotion became its focus of the 1977 policies. Again in the 1980s, as the government changed, first area was given to the industrial infrastructure, then higher productivity promotion of agro-based industries, then consumer protection, quality control, such new aspects were included under the policy. So for generation of the wage employment and development of the entrepreneurial spirit among the people, small scale sector was again treated the most important. Then in the 1990, the policy, it is the era of economic liberalization. It introduced a simple procedure, formalities, rules and regulation that was comes under the single window system. Actually, it was the bloody ghost, we can say, to establish the enterprises. But with the policies, the simple procedure and formalities was started. As well, the more emphasis was given to the women and youth under the SIDBI. Then new small enterprise policy. What things point or the included? Inclusion of the industry, business and service related enterprises irrespective of their location as small scale industries. Okay, irrespective of its size, it was included. Then it had wide the scope of national equity fund. It enlarged single window system. Getting then financial support to the entrepreneurs by allowing the equity participation up to the 24%. Then technology development cell was set. Then export development center was set. Then liberalization by the limited partnership act that was started. Then integrated infrastructure development system was started. Then technology development and equitable distribution of local and imported raw material to the small and minor, tiny or the micro sector. Then incentive delivery system was improved. Then marketing, market promotion and export support modernization was done. Then quality upgradation, procedural simplification was done, and increase in investment limit from 2 to 5 lakhs for plant and machineries and tiny industrial units under the new and small enterprise policies. So that is all about the government schemes and incentives. You just remember this slide. That is more important. Whenever the question will be there, elaborate the government schemes and incentives. So these are the schemes, and regarding the incentives, that the tax exemption, excise duty, import, export, relaxation, that are comes under the incentives, and policy that I elaborate IPR 1948, 56, 77, 80, 90. Okay, so that is all about the government schemes and incentives. With this, I will share you one PDF of the micro and small enterprises. Okay, so it is all about the scheme, policies and incentives. Thank you.